Woo! Let's go! Did you guys see that? Oh, there's nobody here. If that is a situation that you are becoming more familiar with, then I may have just the product for you. So you've been nailing those headshots in Warzone or grabbing some victory royales in Fortnite. Whatever your specialty is, you want to start sharing it with the world. Enter the capture card. This device is the most critical link between your gameplay and the people you hope will view it. Now, capture cards are nothing new. They've been around for several years now. But what is new is this particular card. Now, if you notice on the box here, this brand is Epic Gamers. This is a company focused on bringing gaming equipment to the people of Qatar. As you know from previous videos, I'm currently living in Doha, and with that I face a unique set of challenges when it comes to acquiring computer or gaming hardware. If I can't find a way to order something from the United States and pay ridiculous shipping costs, I have to source it locally and pay a hefty price. As with most countries outside of the US, electronics are more expensive in this country due to import fees and taxes. So Epic Gamers aims at providing what gamers need at a reasonable price. Now back to the capture card. What we've got here is a box that is capable of 1080p 60 frames per second streaming or recording. Now you may be saying, aren't there 4K models out there? Well, yes, there are, but most streaming platforms are only 1080 and the majority of viewers are using their phone. So if you're just starting out, 1080 is a solid choice. So what makes this card better than the HD offerings from Elgato and Avermedia? Well, if you look closely here on the back, you've got a second input. That's right, folks, this capture card is dual input. Now, this is something that I've been wanting for a while, and it makes setting up streaming extremely easy. Hook up your gaming PC or console, hook up an HDMI-capable camera like the Sony a6500 that I'll be using, and you've got an incredibly professional-looking stream setup with minimal configuration. Let's take a closer look at the inputs and outputs on this device. So on the back, we have a 4K 30Hz capable input, a second 4K 60Hz input, an external audio in jack, and HDMI out. Then you have your USB-C connection for your PC, and a serial connection that pretty much nobody's going to use. Now spin it around to the front, and you've got 3.5mm line in, mic in, and line out. Now, one thing that you will not find with other capture cards is this. A remote capable of swapping inputs, changing mic levels, and various other tasks. Now, most of this can be handled in software like OBS, but there's something about having physical controls that just make it better. No setup required. We also get up to 2160 by 1440p, zero latency output at 144 Hz. Now, I can verify that it is in fact 144 Hz, and the resolution is 2160. But I have no way of testing the latency. I can say that at the level that I play in games like CSGO, I didn't notice any lag. So what do you need to run this? Well, unlike standalone capture cards like the Elgato 460S Plus, whatever it is, their standalone 4K offering, this requires a PC to operate. Basically, any computer that's not insanely old will be able to take the video from here and record or stream. I was able to take this Latte Panda, which is a measly 1.8 gigahertz quad core with horrendous integrated graphics, and set up a live stream. And that's the beauty of this thing. It can run on a toaster and is the perfect option for new content creators that don't want the hassle or expense of a complicated setup. So inside the box, you get the unit itself, the remote. You're also provided with an HDMI cable and a USB-C to USB-A connection for your PC. Manual, of course. But what is this ancient thing? Well, I'm going to do you all a favor, and I will throw a link in the description where you can download what's on this CD, because majority of you aren't going to have a way to read that. So on that, you will find manuals for recording and streaming, as well as the UX player, software, and drivers to get this thing up and running. Overall, this is a solid choice if you want to get up and running at 1080p 60 frames a second have pass-through, have dual input, all of your mics going out of one box. And especially if you don't have a very powerful PC that's capable of doing the recording itself. So where can you buy this and other gaming gear if you're in Qatar? Well, it's STORE974. Haven't heard of it? Watch this.
Need a custom-built PC gaming rig? Need to upgrade that old computer? Need some great accessories to step up your game? Are you having problems with your gaming rig or need it repaired? Do all this and much more at STORE974. STORE974, let the games begin.
Yeah, it's like the micro center of the Middle East. If I didn't have a store like this in country, that build back there would have taken months to finish and probably cost double. So head on down to the description where you can find a link to this product at that store, as well as my website and all the gear I use for these videos. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.